Sis, your stress is snatching your edges. Now, why do I say this? Did you know that if you are currently experiencing your edges are thinning out, other areas in your hair is thinning like never before, more than you're used to, you've been using all kinds of hair growth oil and all kinds of butters and things like that, but it still seems to be shedding. I want to share with you 5 ways that stress can actually cause your hair to be a total wreck. Yes, I know, yeah, but you deep condition and all that. You use the hair growth oil, the edge control, and all of that good stuff. That's great. But when we do not protect our peace, it comes and snatches our edges out. I hope y'all enjoyed this episode, and welcome to the Art of Beauty podcast. I am your host, Judy Carrasco. I am the Scalp Detox Queen, the healthy hair speaker. I teach you how to care for your hair starting from the inside out and how to transform your scalp from dry, brittle, and flaky to a thriving environment that makes your hair grow and be healthy at the same time. Welcome to today's episode. I hope you guys enjoy it. And don't forget to like this video, share it out with somebody who's currently dealing with whatever we're talking about today. And also too, go ahead and subscribe to that channel. I would love for you to be a part of the thriving circle. Y'all be blessed and enjoy. Peace. All right, let's talk about the first point and how cortisol is not your friend, girl. Yeah, cortisol is not your friend. Cortisol is a hormone that your body releases when it's stressed. And cortisol comes in and wreaks havoc. It comes in, and when it's at excessive levels, it comes in and it causes your follicles to pause, and it stops the growth cycle of your hair, because there's 3 cycle phases of hair growth, right? Which is your growing phase, your shedding phase, and then the phase where the hair rests, so that way it can start all over again. But what cortisol does, it comes in and it interrupts the cycles of growth for your hair. It's like your follicles are on pause, and it's like, I ain't doing nothing, not today. And it sits there. And it sits there. And when cortisol levels are at its peak, you'll start noticing excessive shedding and excessive breakage out of nowhere. So let's check the cortisol, ladies. All right, on to point 2. Point number 2, stress actually slows down your blood flow. And stress, when it restricts the blood flow, what do you think is going to happen to the hair follicle? No blood flow equals no nutrients. If there's no nutrients and oxygen going to the follicles, your edges and your hair has no other option but to say bye-bye. They will vanish because the blood flow is being restricted, is being slowed down, and therefore the amount of oxygen and nutrients that your follicles and your scalp need in order for it to produce healthy hair strands, it slows down to the point where it starts to literally break off. Because imagine not breathing. You're not going to live too long if you can't breathe, right? So that is point number 2, how stress can slow down blood flow to your scalp. And baby, we need all the flow of blood to our scalp, right? All right, on to point number 3. Point number 3, you start slipping on your hair care routine. For some reason, us as women, when we're overwhelmed or we feel like, we're having high levels of anxiety, self-esteem and self-care seems to go out the window. And when that happens, you're gonna stop shampooing your hair, you're gonna stop deep conditioning, you stop oiling your scalp. And what starts happening is, over time, this neglect starts turning into a habit of yours. And I want to encourage you not to allow this to become a habit. You throw on a wig, and the next thing you know, it's been 3 months and that same wig's been your go-to, instead of let me detangle my hair, let me shampoo, let me detangle, let me deep condition, right? So stress mixed with neglect, baby, that's a whole recipe for disaster. So I want to encourage you, don't neglect your self-care routine, ladies. That was point number 3. Now on to point number 4. All right, number 4, tight styles and tension equals trouble. Tight styles and tension equals trouble. So let's talk about this. Let's dive in a little deep. When you're emotionally stressed, you might also put physical stress on your hair because you're so emotional. You just can't believe this. And I've seen people just wrap their hair in, and the hair is like, ow, girl, what is going on? So when we are emotionally stressed, our physical stress on our hair turns out to be those tight ponytails that we start doing, right? Stress braiding, over manipulating the hair. All of those things are factors that can cause your hair health to be at stake. You're literally pulling at your own edges without even realizing, because you're so upset. I can't believe he, and you're brushing, and y'all know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. You're brushing, I can't believe that, and you're just, And some of y'all, when you're doing your child's hair, poor babies, they over here getting hit with a brush, they're getting smacked with a comb. You don't even realize it. You're tightening your grip while you're putting your ponytail tighter than you would normally do it, because of the fact that you're emotionally stressed. So you go ahead and you put the physical stress on your hair. So I want to tell you, relax, breathe. It's gonna be all right, girl. Put your hands down. Don't tense up your hand when it's time to brush and shampoo it. You're gonna rip out your hair. So tension and tight styles is a recipe for trouble, and I don't want that for you, sis. I don't want you to be in trouble with your hair. All right, on to point number 5. Point number 5, stress triggers inflammation. Yep, it starts internally. Think about it. Chronic anxiety causes inflammation. That inflammation then causes your scalp to be inflamed. When your scalp is inflamed, that leads to itchiness, burning, tenderness, and yeah, your hair will start thinning as well too. So if internally there's chaos, our hair and scalp is a reflection of what's happening internally. Remember, I always talk about, or I have talked about in the previous episode, how our gut health is a reflection of what's happening on our skin and our scalp and our nails. So you have to go back and check your internal work to see what's happening externally. So if you're stressed, it's triggering the inflammation. The inflammation is triggering burning, irritation, dryness, and yes, thinning hair. So let's do ourselves a favor and bring that stress down. So how can you bring the stress down? I'm so glad you asked. I'm gonna talk about it right now. If you feel like you've been fighting for your hair to stay on your head and you're ignoring your piece, baby, it's time to shift. Here are the things that I would recommend for you to start doing now in order to save your scalp and hair from the stress. Number 1, here's what you're gonna do. You're going to drink water, and not just any water. I recommend that you start with spring water and alkaline water. Why? Because it's gonna detox the body. Also too, it helps to flush toxins out while also allowing the water to go into your body's cells so you can stay hydrated. When we're dehydrated too, that triggers other things in the body, and your hair needs water. Your body needs water in order for it to actually thrive and be in good health, right? So drink water, all right? The second thing that I would encourage you to do is protect your peace. And I'm not saying protect your peace like ignore that, oh, I don't have a problem with this person, I'm gonna just block them, That's not protecting your peace. Protecting your peace is, okay, so this has happened, and I want to let you know I do not like it. Let's not do that again. And if that person then decides, oh, what you have to say don't matter, I'm gonna protect my peace by now. I'm gonna remove myself from this relationship, from this friendship, and I'm gonna go about my business. Because your peace is not something you should negotiate. Because even the Bible says, peace I give to you, my peace I give to you, not as the world does, or my peace I leave with you, not as the world does. Do you know God wants you to have peace, sis? Jesus Christ himself wants you to have peace. There's several examples in the Bible where somebody will walk away from a situation just so they can have their peace of mind. So how are you protecting your peace? Do you kind of like run in a corner and hide, or just not to deal with it, you act like you don't see it? Or do you confront the situation, you spearhead it, you talk about it, and once you said what you need to say and you've said everything that it was in your heart, you can feel the stress leaving your body. So why do you want to hold on to that and just pretend like, oh no, I'm good, I'm just gonna block them? No, deal with it, whatever it may be, deal with it, pray, seek God's face, ask other people to help you pray and to understand. Go to therapy, because therapy is not a bad thing, but your peace is something you should protect at all costs, okay? I hope that you guys understand. So that was point number 2. And point number 3, detangle your emotions and then detangle your hair. I'm gonna say it again. Point number 3, detangle your emotions and then detangle your hair. It goes back to point number 2. I cannot say that I have anxiety and I'm not gonna deal with the anxiety. Not me, I ain't got no anxiety. I'm just saying. That's what people like to say nowadays. You can't say that you have anxiety, but then you don't want to deal with it, but then you want to go and just, I'm gonna be okay. No, you have to deal with these things. So detangle your emotions, pull all of that out of you. Forgive them, sis. transform your heart, remove yourself out of situations that are not good for you. Then you can go in and start detangling your hair, and I bet you your hair will thank you for it, okay? All right. Your edges can't grow where stress lives rent-free. Those two can't go hand in hand. They will never work, okay? Your edges can't grow where stress lives rent-free in your life. So if you want more and more encouragement, if you want to tap into the community, join me on Wellness Wednesdays. I'm going to be live on Instagram and on YouTube, where we're going to be discussing different ways that you can help build the wellness in your life. And also too, you can shop our Art of Beauty products, where we have everything that you'll need, from scalp care with our scalp therapy kit to hydration with our hydration therapy, which is sulfate-free shampoo. And then also too, we have our heat style and protecting bundle as well too. All of these products you can find at artofbeautyproducts.com. It has been a pleasure for me to serve you ladies again with this week's episode, and to just pour into you and help you to understand how stress can also damage your hair health. I hope y'all enjoyed this episode. Again, don't forget to like it. Share this video with your sister that's always stressed. Share this with someone whose hair is coming out rapidly and they don't know what to do. It could be that their cortisol levels are too high. They're also emotionally drained, and they just needed this word of encouragement, or that light bulb just needed to go off, right? And don't forget to subscribe, because I know y'all loving it, y'all watching it, but I need y'all to subscribe. Encourage your girl. If this has been informative, it's been such an eye-opener for you, encourage your girl. Share this out, and I want to see more of y'all here in the Art of Beauty podcast. Thank you so much, ladies, for joining me. Y'all be blessed. Peace.